It's been a minute since I've been up here. I'm in a little while to above point one gym, and I just wanted to, I was working out and I was like, how do you fucking lock in? Like, everyone says, oh, locking in, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna fucking hustle, I'm gonna, make sure that no distractions, no this, that and the other. And really everyone fucking skips over it. Like, it ain't easy, it ain't the fucking, you don't just flick a switch. Like, sometimes you can in your mind, you've had enough, tired of your own shit, tired of other people's shit, but really locking in comes from when you actually just like make a fucking commitment to yourself that you're gonna get shit done. Like, I'm fucking guilty of it. I've had times where I've been an absolute beast. I've gymmed every day, I've worked hard, I've run at like same, so gym and run same day and work, and our food's on point, no fucking wanking, no bullshit, none of this shit. But like, it's actually hard, especially when you're starting to like have more results. So it's easy when you got no results because you're like I have to do this because I have to do it because I got no other choice. I got no money, I got no business, I got no fucking anything. All I've got is to go into myself and just make sure that I can like achieve what I want. But then that's your first fucking hurdle. Then you get to that point, you're like, oh, I'm seeing some results, I'm getting what I want, and then that's the easiest time to fall off because you get a bit of money, shit starts coming to you, you're manifesting stuff, it's actually, you're attracting it, and then you end up in a position where you're like, oh, well, I can have the women now, I can spend the money on going out, eating out, partying, whatever it is. I can do all these things that I committed not to do while I was locking in, and this is it. But really, this isn't it. This is the first woman in the red dress, so this is the first distraction time, and I've just been in this recently the last few weeks. I locked in for like 4 or 5 months. I'd done another one previously like a year and a half ago of like 8 months, got good results, came to Bali, kind of didn't fall off, but didn't keep up with the same shit that got me there. And that's the most important thing in my mind, is noticing the pattern of what got you to where you wanted to be, and then not falling off. Or if you do fall off, like I don't mean falling off in a bad way, but you have to enjoy it a bit. Like, I've been up to Canggu twice in the past 3 weeks, sorry, and it was nice. I socialised, I saw my mates, I didn't work as much, I still got shit done. I got quite a lot done actually, but like, I wasn't focused on, hitting the gym, wasn't focused on hitting the bag or running or surfing or the things that I actually want to do and the things that make me better in all respects. So for me, like, I was just thinking about it in the gym then, I was like, how do you lock in? And really it comes from just like identifying within yourself what you want to do and then doing it, because that's what it is. If you want to lock in, but your lock in is like, I just want to party, fucking smash birds, do code, like, still locked in if that's all you're doing, right? Because like, for me, locked in is just doing less, doing it well, and getting the desired result. So for me, locked in is running, smoking less, gymming, some fight training, surfing, spearfishing, wakeboarding, all those things. And for me, I've got a lot of things that I want to do, so it can be a little bit tricky to lock in because there's so many, and I do think about it a lot, like just focusing on less. And recently, like spearfishing and surfing have been the ones that I'm like drawn to the most because they're my favorite, and I feel like I'm good at those already, like, and I'm good at a lot of things, but in my mind they're the ones. I like doing, like, call it poly extreme sports, whatever it is, but like in my mind I'm like, actually I want to have a fight because that's like a very challenging element of my life that I haven't done before. I'd like to test myself mentally and physically in a fight against someone else, but I'd also like to run 100 kilometer runs or an ultra marathon, and that's also a challenge. But like, all of these things that like you can't do if you're not training for them. And for me, it comes down to like goal setting again. So I'm big on goal setting, but I've been historically doing big goals because that keeps me on track with the no drink, and that's why my 1 million followers or £1 million in revenue in a year goal for not drinking is there. But like, then it's like the short-term goals, like, what do I want to do? I want to be fit, I want to be able to run at fucking 90, 85 kgs and be able to do decent time 5k, 10k, 50k runs, like decent level runs that are like better than average and really just a little bit of nutcase energy. So for me, locking in is like really identifying the few things that you want to do, setting goals around them, and then you don't really need to lock in because you've made the commitment to yourself. So in my mind, my commitment to myself is to have a fight this year, to do at least an ultra marathon, ideally 100 kilometers. I know that will write me off for a while, but like, that's like a 24-hour run, so that'll be taxing. Gym wise, I don't really have too many goals, just to get in there and enjoy it, but like, that's why I kind of like the fight training, because then it's I go in the gym, I do a few little exercises to keep me fucking supple and strong, but then I hit the bag for a while and test my cardio, test my technique and strength and all those other things that come into Muay Thai. So yeah, locking in, it's like, I think it gets glamorized loads, like, yeah, you just lock in, and you know, if you've got mates to lock in with as well, like arguably it could be easier because then you got more accountability. But for me, I was kind of losing that personal accountability. I spent a couple of weeks like not really doing loads and giving myself excuses. And I'm not gonna lie, like when it's raining in Bali, it's like you don't really want to go out and do stuff. And for me, I don't get any work done. I get minimal work done at home, unless I'm dead broke, then I have to. But like, I much prefer going to a cafe, going to a co-working space, being out and about, because as soon as I leave the house, the energy's so different for me. I'm like, oh, I'm here to fucking do shit. Like today, I put on my coat, went in the rain, went and had breakfast, did some work, went to another co-working space, did some work. Now I've come to the gym, hit the bag, done some fucking squats, did some legs, did some lower back. Like for me, that's like how I get shit done, is I'm out the house. So really, like locking in kind of depends on what your definition of it is. And it's easier said than done. But I do find for me, I'm always kind of on my own, because I'm easily distracted, especially when mates are around. I just want to spend time with them and chill. But I know that I really get zero satisfaction from doing fuck all. And until I prioritize like everything I want to do, where I want to live, the location sort of that benefits me the most. So like, I know, for example, me locking in is just a combination of me doing the same thing every day, but it's the same things that I enjoy, like getting up, going for a run, hitting the beach, going for a swim, meditating, eating steaks, having some bacon and eggs, coming back, doing like 4, 5, 6 hours of like good fucking work, then going hitting the gym, like all those things, maybe a sunset surf, which I did yesterday. So for me, I know this isn't like, there's not too much that you can take from this, but if there is anything, it's like, don't put too much pressure on locking in, because locking in for everyone is different. And for me, if I were you and if I were watching this, I'd just be like, what are the things that I want to get better at? And then narrow it down to as few as possible, and then just focus on those and give yourself a goal, whether it's a goal for this year, whether it's a goal for the next quarter, like over the next few months. Because at the end of the day, it's like, if you don't set yourself these little goals, then how do you know that you're ever like achieving them? And then you have the personal responsibility, because you're like, well, if I set myself a goal of having a fight, doing an ultra marathon, and fucking getting a stand-up barrel. By stand-up barrel, I mean a barrel where I can stand up in it, which is going to be tough. But if those are my 3 goals, how do I know, well, how do I fucking achieve them? It's I go after it and I fucking put in the work by locking in. So yeah, I don't want to ramble too much, because I know that a lot of this is just a mind dump for me. And realistically, it's like, how do you lock in? Write down what you want to do, make commitments to yourself, verbalize the goals to people that are going to hold you accountable. So I've mentioned it to one of my mates. He's like a triathlete / ultra marathon runner. I said I'm going to do it. Another guy was my old Muay Thai coach. I'm like, going to have a fight this year. And then the barrels is me really just surfing. Like, I set my laptop background to Chloe Andino surfing earlier, because I was like, I need this like constant reminder. Like for me, it's constant reminders of what you want to achieve, why you want to achieve it, and how you're going to achieve it, and then the rest just follows. So for me, even just the visual stimulation of having my phone screen saying cigarettes are for content, you know, control the cravings with nicotine, gum and cigars. Like for me, that's good little reminders. Then it's Chloe Andino surfing as my background. Then it's getting into the gym and looking at the bag and thinking, I need to hit that because I need to have a fight. Like all these little things, they're all just like daily wins, and then they make you lock in. Like I haven't seen any of my mates today and I feel great. I've had a fucking great day, but I've had a couple of weeks off to kind of like reflect, ideate with them, like think about what I actually want. And the common denominator is that it always comes back to, what do I want to do? And then as long as I know what I want to do, then I'll end up fucking achieving it, because it's been my decision, not anyone else's. And you know, that's the biggest thing for me, is deciding what you're going to do, making a commitment as to what you're going to do, and then the lock-in is easy in my mind. Like it's just a series of events. You put your head down, you get it done. As long as you enjoy those things, then it's good. And most of the time you won't even think you'll enjoy them, but you get a lot more gratification once you've done them. Like I know, like sometimes when I'm doing work, I'm like, I don't want to do any work, I just want to go surf. But I'm like, then I do 4 or 5 hours of good work and I feel fucking rejuvenated, I feel fucking whole, I feel great. So sometimes taking the time off can be detrimental, because you're like, you get out the swing of things. But as soon as you jump back in, you get the first, it's like when you surf, just catch the first wave, take a slam, you're good. Rugby, take the first hit, go for the first tackle, you're good. Like just taking the first step is always the key. So yeah, that's kind of my mind dump 10-minute monologue about how the fuck you lock in. Love you, miss you, kiss you. See you at the next one. Goodbye.